Let's see what happens this time. Hey, IJ. Of course, it's my Sunday shirt. Only way I know what day it is by what shirt I wear. Hey, Josh. I'll bet tomorrow, IJ, I wear a yellow shirt. I'm doing okay. It's been a boring day. So I thought I'd come on here and see what happens. I came on a little bit ago, but some people just came in, then left, and came in and left. And it wasn't until after I ended it that people started showing up and making comments. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with this. And I finally got the point that, because so many nights that I said, well, I won't go live because so and so already is and whatnot. But I keep doing that, then I never get on. So I just said tonight, well, I just got to go ahead and do it. Only thing is, when everybody's live at the same time, then you don't get as many coming in because they're scattered between so many. Sometimes when I go to a live like that, I might hit a couple of them and I'm trying to keep up with the conversation in both, and then it gets confusing. There was a couple people showed up in the other one there that after I'd already ended it. I don't know if I'll get back to this one or not. Yeah. And I've had some that have done that, even after I've started. I see that, later I go back and look at the notifications and find out there was a couple people that went live after I'd already started. Well, see, that's what I was wondering, Josh, because I've had people tell me before they don't get them. Hey, Joy, they don't get them until, after it's already over with. And there's a lot of times that's the way it is with me. I don't get notification until hours later. How are you doing today, Joy? Yeah, well, that's what I always do with anybody that I'm sub to. I hit it for all. YouTube, I think, is right now it's just overwhelmed with so many people using it that the system's not keeping up with the demand. That's the same thing with a lot of times, like with the Google moderators. They'll go into one channel and hit you for every little thing that happens, and the next channel you see that it just goes crazy and they never show up there. They just can't keep up with it. Now this is just another shirt that I have that nothing to do with the holiday. I've got a bunch of these left because, as you can see, where I used to work at, but they just last forever, so they make a good, shirt to work around the house in. Yeah, sometimes I think biggest share of the stuff that we get on here like that's done by a computer, not an actual person. So there may be something that trips them on that. But like some of the people when they do their premieres and stuff, they'll get people to come into the premiere and they'll swamp the chat with emojis and repeat comments, and nothing happens to it. And then the next one, somebody will have several people dropping links, and they'll end the live stream and delete it. I keep getting somebody keeps popping in and out, but they're not saying nothing. Which one's on it, Joy? I didn't even look. Is it the one in my truck? Or you're referring to the one that I have on the chat, which is just the HP? That's for all of the chat. Okay. Yeah. That's same picture that's on the top of my homepage, which that was my truck and trailer when I was on the road. And that was a couple of vehicles I was transporting on that particular day. Because that's how my channel originally started off, was when I got onto YouTube, was talking with other truck drivers and stuff. Hey, Sammy. And So when I finally started, doing anything with the videos, I just used one of my old pictures from when I was on the road for that. But as time went on, I started expanding out to other areas and stuff, and got into a lot of the Filipino channels, and I go to a lot of the YouTube movies and stuff. I just like watching the old westerns and whatever on there too. Yeah, Sammy, the first time I came on, I just had people would come on, wouldn't say nothing, would leave. And after, a few minutes, I finally gave up and ended it. And after I ended it, then the chat started filling up with comments. So I just deleted that one and came back and tried again. $10 in the morning, yeah. See, it's almost 9 p.m. here. Sammy, you haven't showed anything in quite a while. I sincerely am. But Sammy, you haven't showed anything in quite a while. How are things coming on that boat your dad's working on? You used to do videos every once in a while of what was being done on that. I won't go too far unless they throw me out of here. But if they do that and they come back, maybe somebody else will be here running it. I haven't seen Kuya Gourds anywhere today. Yeah, the blue boat one, because that's the one you've been working on. I was just wondering, how the progress is coming on that. Yes, I just finished it before I came on. So otherwise, by the time I get done here, it'll be too late. I shouldn't eat that late, then go to bed. But what I started to say there, I haven't seen Kuya Gorge today, and I was just wondering how the weather turned out there in Chicago. Because when I last talked to him, they were getting a little bit of Irina, they were getting a little bit of snow up there in Chicago, and then IJ was showing a little bit of snow last week up in Michigan. Well, that's a good reason. You can't keep putting money into it yourself if you're not getting paid for it. So what happens if they never come back and finish paying for it? Do you just take the boat and then sell it yourself, or what do you do with it? Well, you shouldn't have too much more to go in your house, do you? Hey, Maureen. I saw you came in last time after I'd already ended it. Hey, Mike. That's what everybody else is saying, Mike. They didn't get no notifications. I guess I'm going to have to make up an email list, kind of like a Christmas list, and to send out emails to everybody says, I'm going live. Or maybe I should put up one of those reminder type things there. I'm going to go live again next Sunday. By then, everybody will forget. I got lazy tonight. I fixed hot dogs, had pork and beans, and then I fixed up made up a thing of rice with some chicken in it. Now, what's that, Mike? Girls softball team? Hey, Ivy. Yeah, my other one was short because nobody showed up at it. Or I had a couple come in but never said nothing and then left. Why, they're not doing good tonight, Mike? See, I don't follow sports that way, so I don't keep track of who's doing what. I might watch a game once in a while if I'm flipping channels and there's nothing on to watch, and I happen to see that, and I'll just watch it for a while. Marine, you're cheering for the wrong team. You're supposed to be cheering for Dallas. Ace Hardware. Used to work there many years back. And I've still got a bunch of these shirts, still brand new in the wrappers. Well, it's about time you got there, Marine. They've been needing somebody to shovel snow. Okay, Sammy, what question are you putting that? Is it really? I know they had a couple others have said they had snow up in Chicago the other night and last week over in Michigan. I think it's supposed to be in the 40s here tonight. You better put on your winter boots too and your gloves, Marine. You're going to freeze when you get here. It's going to take you a while to get adjusted to the difference. Marine, it's okay. I checked your messages earlier. There was nothing important there, so I just deleted them all for you. You think they'll have the practice down perfected yet by the end of the season, Mike? Well, you haven't got my house chores yet done, finished up here yet, Joy. And you're going to leave now? I'll talk with you later. Are they one of the teams that's been fighting the mandate on the vaccines? I see a thing in the news this morning that I think it was Oklahoma, I'm not sure now, that their National Guard has refused the mandatory requirement for vaccines. It'll be just something else to stir up problems, between the teams and stuff. I think they need to leave well enough alone, let people do what they want. I mean, because they're already saying the ones that got the vaccine back at the beginning now need to be getting the boosters because the original ones wore off. Well, if that's the case, what's the purpose of getting it if it's only short term? What, you working on the third floor, Sammy? Yeah, that's what I mean. You went and got it, but now they're already telling you need a booster. Okay, make sure the roof don't leak now, Sammy. Catch you later. And then one of the other things that I've been catching bits and pieces of, they've had so many variants on the different companies, doing the boosters or the regular vaccine rather. Now there's some countries that aren't accepting part of them. So if you happen to have got that one, you're still not eligible to travel to those countries. Conversation got brought up the other day about if you got the first one from one company, can you go back and get your second shot from a different one? Because they didn't like the first one or whatever the reason was. But, it's kind of iffy on that. Some say, yeah, it's okay. But others are saying it may cause complications. Did Rena get both of hers? Or was hers just a one-shot deal? They were also saying the other day, too, again, that there's a lot of the hospitals and medical centers and stuff that are working shorthanded now because a lot of the medical staff has refused the mandatory requirement for the vaccine and they've walked off the job. 23rd, she gets her second one. Okay. It'll be next week. I think that'd be on a Tuesday. Got 6. Yeah, now it dropped to 5 people in here, but it got quiet. Rena must have been busy plugging her dehumidifier in. Did you get home yesterday okay, Rena, without getting soaked? You had quite a rain there when you was on your live stream. I'm froze. Oh, crap. Can you still hear me, Mike? Am I still froze? Not getting any comments, so must be. Damn. I must be using Philippine internet.